I was obsessed with the scales and what I weighed. I think when you get lazy and you run out of time, you tend to eat badly.
Where were you before you joined me?
Nowhere. I was just doing my own thing, running.
Hey guys, how are you today? My name is Mema and today I'm here with my amazing client. So she's gonna present herself and then I'm gonna be asking her some questions and then she's gonna do all the talking so you guys don't tell me you gotta stop talking, and she's gonna do all the talking today, so yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Okay, so I am 32. I'm a mum of two boys, a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I'm a hairdresser and I live in the Gold Coast and I'm originally from England.
And she's Paula.
And my name is Paula. Forgot about that part.
There you go. Paula, how did you hear about Mema Coronel Fitness and Health?
I saw you on Facebook and you had advertised you were looking for mums to train, and I liked it, and then you messaged me, and then that's kind of, and at first I was like, oh no, it's just but you kind of called me and chatted to me for like 40 minutes and I was like, okay, she knows what she's talking about. And she sort of reeled me in a bit there. So at first it was just like, oh, maybe. But yeah, after we spoke, it was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. But I didn't think I had the time, that was the problem. But then you realise that it's not about that,
So when she texted me, she said on the comment, it's like, me, because she was interested.
Yeah.
And then I texted straight away. And then she's like, I don't want to waste your time. I want this, this, and this, and I work full time, and I have 2 kids, and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, great. She's decided, she knows what she wants, she knows your goals, and then it was too easy, then I don't have to do anything. I just asked a question and you wanted it. So
yeah,
it's really,
and that's the thing, you have to want it, otherwise you,
What were your goals and what do you want to achieve?
For me, it was to get down, always in my head it was about losing weight. I was obsessed with the scales and what I weighed. And I think I'd managed to lose 10 kgs and then I just stopped, and for weeks and weeks went by and I wasn't losing any more weight, so I knew I needed to do something different. So I think that's why I contacted Mema, because I thought I think I need help with the exercise part of it. I had done the food part and yeah, I didn't know anything about exercise, so I wanted to get down to the weight I was before I had my kids. And I put on 20 kgs when I had the boys, and I think I kept using excuses about not having the time to exercise. Now I was a mum, and every time I sort of spoke about my weight, I would say, oh, I've had babies, and I kept making that as an excuse. And I thought, you know what, I can't use that as an excuse anymore. So I thought my goal was to get down to 55 kgs and just tone up, and yeah, I did. So yeah.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy, yeah.
Yeah. So how long have you been training with me now?
8 weeks. So that 8 weeks ended this week. So
8 weeks.
8
And
weeks,
what do you get from Mema Coronel Fitness and Health in those 8 weeks?
I got a lot of changes in my measurements, especially more so than the scales. I think that was a good thing, that my measurements went down drastically rather than just my weight. So I had 3 PT sessions for 1 hour every week, so 3 hours of PT, and then that was every other day. And on the days I didn't do PT, Mema gave me a home workout that I would do myself at home, and then a meal plan every single week, which changed slightly if I wanted different food or if it was the same food, just different calories. So it was full time, full 8 weeks.
Would you say to them that I kept you accountable?
Yeah.
I was into you, asking you questions, how you were and stuff like that?
Yeah, always checking on us.
Always.
And we had to give evidence, although I wasn't very good at that.
Yeah.
I don't think sending pictures.
Photos, yeah.
Of
Random
photos.
Hey, send me a photo now.
That's it.
Oh my god. What would you feel when you were training with me, like on the PT sessions?
At first I hated them because they were so hard and I didn't have any strength. And then after week maybe 2, I thought, okay, I'm quite enjoying these. And then by the end of it, I loved them, and I'm really sad that they are going to be put on pause for now. Try maybe doing another 8-week challenge in a month. I think for me, it's quite hard to continuously do 8 weeks constantly. So maybe I'll cut down and do like one a week or something like that. But 8 weeks was good, and I didn't drink or eat sugar or dairy or anything for 8 weeks. So it's hard work, but it's worth it.
Yeah, but you have the flexibility as well on your meal plan. So you have chocolate in there, so
yeah,
you have very.
I found it very easy. I liked it. I'm very routine-y, so
yeah. Were you eating the same thing? You were eating the same thing.
I chose to eat the same thing, but you did keep saying to me, "Do you want to change it?" And I was quite happy with it.
Yeah.
So
all I was doing is just dropping the calories, because if you weren't happy, then I would change it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Exactly. What have you achieved so far, and can you compare week 1 to week 8 in your measurements and fitness test?
Yes.
So I guess the first question, what
So,
have you achieved so far?
I have achieved lots of strength because I've always run with my dog, but usually I would run and then I'd get to a hill and I would stop because I didn't have any strength. So I think I used to think that working out was just cardio, but Mema taught me that it was all about strength and building your muscles. So now I'm actually stronger and can run further, and I never knew that would happen. So I've achieved strength, and in my measurements I can tell you on my weeks I've dropped, well, in the whole 8 weeks I've gone down 30 centimeters for my whole body.
Yeah, total body went 30 centimeters down.
So yeah, I've dropped 4 kgs on my weight. Around my chest I've dropped 7 centimeters, a centimeter on both arms. Around my waist 12 centimeters, and that was my biggest problem area. So to drop 12 centimeters around here was great. And 3 centimeters off my hips, off my legs 4 centimeters. So in total 30 centimeters. So pretty happy with that in 8 weeks.
What about your fitness test?
My fitness test, the scores, when I first started, I did 10 minutes and 45 seconds, and that was to do, is it AMRAP? So it was...
Yeah, the endurance test.
Yeah, that was it, AMRAP. And then in week 6, I was 4 minutes and 22 seconds, so I dropped 6 minutes.
In week 8?
In week 8, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I hated the first week, but by the last one I was like, AMRAP.
Tell us about your plank, your maximum plank.
Oh yes, so when I first started I held a plank for 40 seconds, and by week 8 I could hold a plank for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So that's a big improvement because they're hard, so hard. And I have no strength, so that was good.
Core. Yeah, because usually when you have 2 babies, do you have cesareans? Yeah, so your core gets really, really weak, and usually the core is open as well. I don't know if you have that. You know that the core kind of open. Yeah. So for that, it takes time to build and the strength. But she was competing even with the husband.
Yeah, I know. I got home and I was like, I bet you can't hold a plank for more than a minute. And he ended up holding a plank for 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And I was like, I have to beat that. So my goal was to beat him, and I did. So I won't be doing that again with him because he might beat 2 minutes 30.
What would you say is your preferred way to diet and train?
Food prepping is a good thing for me, because then I think when you get lazy and you run out of time, you tend to eat badly. That's probably my new thing, because I've never done that before. When I met Mema, I didn't food prep. I was lucky if I did the groceries. So I was, being organised with your meals is definitely my preferred way.
And structure.
And structure, making sure you plan when you're going to train, and then put time aside to do them, because you can, on a Thursday I worked from 9 until 4, went and picked my kids up, gave them dinner, and then when it was bath time, I'd be so tired I just want to go to bed, but my partner would put them in the bath and I would go for a run, and then I'd get back and I'd start training. And I think a lot of mums make excuses when they've got kids not to exercise, and it's definitely harder, especially working full time, but if you really want it, you will make the time to do it.
And there's still plenty of time. It's just how you organize
what you
yourself.
Choose to spend your time doing.
Correct.
If I can get out of putting my kids to bed, no, I'm joking. Then I'll go for a run, yeah.
Exactly.
Don't.
Go for a second. We're joking.
Don't.
You'll get offended. Don't worry. Where were you before you joined me?
Nowhere. I was just doing my own thing, running. So I've got a dog who I used to run 3 or 4 times a week, but I used to get, sometimes he would be lucky if he got 10 minutes because I never had the time. So yeah, I had nothing until I met you. I wasn't doing anything. Like I had before kids, I was a member of a gym, but that didn't last long because I never knew what to do, and I would get in there and the muscle area where all the men were doing the weights, I was always really intimidated by that. I didn't know what to do, so I would stay on where the girls' side of the gym, and I'd do running on a treadmill, and I'd be so bored after 15 minutes I'd go home because I was like, I don't want to run on a treadmill, but I didn't know what to do, so I just quit the gym.
What about now?
Now I'll be showing people what to do. No, don't.
But what about now?
But yeah, no, well, I have a friend, we're actually meeting in the morning. She's got a gym membership and she's just got a new PT, and she said to me that she wants to show me a few things, and I said, I can probably show you a few more things. So we're meeting up in the morning to do a PT, just together, just as, just friends meeting up. So
yeah, that's fine.
And yeah, and I feel like I've got a knowledge to share with people.
What you know.
What I know, what you've taught me, yeah.
What would you think about our training sessions? I mean, like, were they always the same? Were it different? Or...
Different every time.
So, would you know what was going on? Or what was going to happen?
No, never. You always surprised me with new things. And I used to think every week, I know everything now, and then she'd say something else. And I'm like, she's made this up now, surely. But no, every week there was something new. So that was really nice. But it was the same way of doing everything. We had the warm up, then the 3 rounds, and then we had the cool down. So I always knew what was coming, which is good because I think you have to have the mental
way you
have to know what you're doing, and you have to know that it's going to end soon.
So she knows that when the core has finished, they need to.
Yeah, we always ended with core. So
always, yeah.
I used to do the core really quickly because I knew that was the end.
And then the stretching at the end.
Yes.
What fully brought you into me?
I think really just admitting that I wasn't going further in my exercise, and until I sort of asked a professional what to do. I fully trusted Mema after we spoke and with the food and everything, and I thought if I didn't do it properly, I wasn't going to see results. And because Mema was measuring me and doing fitness tests every week, every second week, if my fitness tests were not going down and my measurements weren't going down, then I wasn't doing what I had planned to do. So you're only cheating yourself, really. So learn that one from you. So yeah, that's why I fully put everything into Mema, and I never ate differently for 8 weeks. I ate exactly what you said for 8 weeks. Yeah.
One of them you had a few drinks, but that didn't.
But then I was careful with my eating.
Correct. So what I told her is that it's always better eating than drinking. You can still drink, I don't care. But as long as you be smart on how you do it during the day. So if you're having a cheat meal, for example, today, then you're gonna be good on the week, during the day. So you're gonna eat your breakfast, and exchange, for example, the brown rice for just veggies and the protein and the fat, and then at night you can have your cheat meal or your drinks.
Yeah.
If you're choosing to drink alcohol, don't eat very heavy fats or very heavy, like junk food. That's what I mean. Eat healthy still.
So if you want to go out and drink, just don't eat dinner, basically.
You have to eat dinner, otherwise you get drunk. But I would recommend more like eat nuts, like fats is really good, like the healthy fats, or veggies, a salad with protein. That's pretty much what you gotta eat when you're drinking. So you still have to you have to enjoy. You can't be too hoarse, like you don't see anything else. You still have to enjoy your food and be very flexible. Like I was with your eating, with your everything you asked me to do, I will do it in the seat because it's your food, it's your way to enjoy. So what was your biggest struggle and how did I help you with that?
The biggest struggle really was not having the time to exercise, and I think you made me realise that anyone can make excuses for things if they don't want it. You know, it's if you can't afford it, it's what you choose to spend your money on. If you want to spend it on new clothes or PT, or you say you don't have time, and it's when you, I don't know, you sort of help me realise that if you're going to constantly make excuses, you're not going to get anywhere. So
I think time management is very...
yeah, definitely.
How do you plan your days?
Yeah.
I think I told you at the beginning, just write down everything you have to do, put it down in a calendar, and then you can see how much time you have available.
Yeah.
And then you stop making excuses.
That's it, yeah. So that was the only thing I struggled with, saying I didn't have time. And I did.
Exactly. What was your mindset before you started with me and after you finished the 8 week?
I think my mindset, I guess being, I don't know, confident. Would that be a mindset? I don't know.
Confident in...
The way I felt, I think, I don't know, in the mindset.
Yeah, the mindset, like, what were you thinking before? Well, one of your mindset was that you didn't have time. And now your mindset is, I do have time, I just have to choose what to spend the time with, you know, like prioritizing your time, that's the word. What other things you used to make excuses and now you still make it but you get it done?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or you're not making it, you just get it done and that's it?
Yeah, I think, having a better attitude towards everything, because I was quite lazy before, and as soon as the kids went to bed, I went to bed. So I think having a better mindset and feeling stronger and more confident within myself is better all round, really, for work, for everything. So,
and as well on the eating.
Yes, definitely, because I used to think the less you eat, the better. So I would have, you know, one banana for breakfast, and then I'd have a tiny little cracker for lunch with cottage cheese on, and then I'd be starving by the time I got to dinner. And I think Mema made me realise that you didn't have to eat like that to lose weight. Just know what to eat.
Correct. Eat balance. All your calories that you need.
You won't get muscles unless you eat protein and things like that. So
exactly.
And that you don't always have to eat meat every day.
So how was your diet with me?
Vegan, but
for 4 days.
For a few days, and then but like I could have if I wanted to introduce more meat, obviously Mema said I could, but I quite enjoyed not eating meat. And no dairy, no cheese, no sugar, no alcohol.
Just on the fruits.
Just
like just the
no
fruits
refined
and veggies.
sugar.
No. Any words or advice for someone who is thinking or wants to get started?
Don't hesitate. The sooner you do it, the better. And like they always say, you don't get your summer bod in summer, you get it in winter. So no excuses, no cold weather. You know, it's too cold, I don't want to run. I think if you're thinking about doing it, you obviously want it. So do it, because it's really easy. And I would strongly recommend Mema. She's hard but fair. And it's nice to be working out with somebody that you don't feel like you're just
being judged or being
that's it. So, and she worked out with me sometimes, so that was fun. But and very, very flexible. I think when you've got kids, you always think, oh well, I don't have time, but I know I keep saying the same thing, but to stress that, like on a Monday when I met Mema, I had my kids, so I used to meet her at a park that was child friendly, and the kids would play while I worked out. And sometimes if I was concentrating on working out, Mema would watch the kids, keep an eye out. So I think you can be flexible if the weather was, if it was raining or we had no time in the morning, Mema might come to my house or I go to hers, or we'd meet at the park or
we have
near the beach, the creek.
Exactly, the creek. So it's always a way to find the time. And whoever you're training with, some people will have more time or not. But if you book into one time with you, it doesn't matter where you do it, it's your time and that's it. Unless you have someone in the other one, obviously. That's why structure and time management is very important.
I know it's good. We didn't change our time once. I had not a single no-show, did I? For 8 weeks.
No, you always show, happy, glowing, showing up with a husband, with the kids. We're not kids. We used to do like group sessions sometime as well.
Yeah, that's fun.
So she enjoyed it. That's what their decision. because you
Yeah.
couldn't choose.
Yeah, that was it. At first I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to train with other people, otherwise I would have joined a gym with group training. I really wanted one-on-one. But then when I met the other mums, and I thought, oh, they're actually exactly like me, and it actually makes working out fun when you have sort of somebody else to bounce off with, you know. So
In the same fitness level,
yeah.
pretty much. With
So we
you.
continued to work out in little groups, which worked well. So yeah, I enjoyed every minute.
Next. I love that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Give her a big congratulations and lots of clap and a lot of love because she's just glowing and looking beautiful and super happy. And besides that, you want to say anything else?
Just thank you for everything, and we will definitely stay in touch, and this isn't goodbye. So yeah,
We keep
do
training.
it. That's it.
All right. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yay.
That was